Hey guys, Paul Burry, Family from the Gaming. Court's in session. This is an FFG Politics on how the Supreme Court has finally corrected Roe v. Wade. Now, I know this is a controversial topic. I know some people are going to be upset about this. We're going to kind of go over it, and I have been trying to get to this one for weeks. We have just been so swamped with so many things we're doing that I haven't been able to get to this. First off, I'm very excited. It's an answer to prayer that the U.S. constitutional right to life is now being supported by the Supreme Court. There was a lot of people who lost faith, hope, any kind of trust in the Supreme Court when they made the Roe v. Wade ruling in the first place. It was like, wow, this is like the courts getting in there and legislating, and like they're just manufacturing new rights, and they're not even like looking at what the Constitution says. Like again, the Constitution says you have a right to life. Now, you have all these people just freaking out. It's like, just totally freaking. You're like, why are you freaking out? Because all they really did is said the federal government doesn't have a say on this or right to this. It goes back to the states, and each state decides. And personally, I have been a states' rights person for a long time. I believe in, taking care of it at the local level as much as possible. Let the local level decides, and local levels decide. And if you have a very good argument for something, you can convince people. You should be able to convince, everyone that your idea is right, your idea is good, and get it, put on the ballot and state legislatures and decide it. So I don't know why some people are freaking out. And I also find it funny that there were protests about this, but the protests were in cities and states where abortion was legal. So it's like, what are you complaining about? I'm a little confused, a little lost here. Well, other places, it's different. Well, that's called diversity. And when you're out there with signs saying you celebrate diversity, and then now you're attacking it, I guess I have to question you. Just me questioning things. There are going to be states where it is, in fact, I think since it was ruled upon that we had trigger laws, and we're enacting trigger laws to say, nope, we're done with this, or it's like down to like 15 weeks type of deal, or just when the mother's life is in danger, and that's the thing. All these states are different, so it's different laws in different states. And people have already been moving out of states they don't like things in. So high taxes in California, high taxes in New York State. There have been during all the work from home with the pandemic, tons of people who've left those two states. And in fact, they even lost representatives when they did the recent census because California and New York lost so many people. And from what I've heard, it's continuing on. Tennessee's been gaining people. Florida's been gaining people. Texas has been gaining people. So it's getting to the point where people are moving, and that's one of those things. If this issue is so important to you, then you go move to a state where it's legal. I mean, especially with so much work from home being supported by so many companies, you can go move somewhere else, and then you decide where you want to live, and if the morals, ethics, and values of that state reflect with you, or you can also try to get it changed. It's you think about this, it's a whole lot easier to get something changed at the local level, at the state level, than the federal level. And I also am a little baffled, and I guess it shows their true colors and who they really are. The threats, the violence, the looting, the rioting from people who are like, you didn't give me my way. I can't force this on other people. And it's really what it comes down to. It really comes down to they can't force it on the states that are like, no, we don't want this. And that's really what they're angry about, is they can't force this upon others. And I'm like, wait, why exactly should you be allowed to force your will on everyone else? That, to me, that gets into dictatorship. That you're becoming a dictator, forcing us on everyone. Versus you decide at a local level, and different decisions are made, different levels, different people. And again, if it's so good, if it's such a good argument, then you should be able to convince everyone in your local area, or at least 51% or 50.1%, to get the voting done. And you can say, okay, well, we're only going to get state representatives that agree with us on this issue. I mean, you can sit there and prioritize issues and ask them, where are you on this issue if that's so important to you? And like I said, to me, it's finally the constitutional right to life, which is in the Constitution. You have a right to life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. This is what you have in the Constitution. So I never understood how they could steal that right to life from someone. You know, and the other thing is, it was never consistent, because let's say you're a murderer and you murder a pregnant lady, they would count that as 2 murders. So it's a life. It would have been viable. I don't really understand, you know, where they were coming from when they made that first decision. And I also know the science has gotten a lot better over the years. I mean, we can, you know, see the heartbeat and see the baby forming, and you go, wow, this is, you know, this is really cool. This is definitely life. So that's all my thoughts on the topic. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Court adjourned. Bye.